Hi everyone, I'm going to react to Log Horizon Season 2, Episode 18, When the Concert Ends. And last episode, the kids and Roitu came across Nureha or Dariela. And while they were talking or whatnot, they mentioned Shiroe and you saw Nureha have a reaction to that, but then again, they felt this ominous presence, right? And then they turned around and saw what kind of nice, what do you call it? Odyssey Knights walking with this portable cathedral, and they had this sinister look in their faces, and then you see, what's it called? I'm not forgetting his name. Toya. You see Toya have a reaction to that, so I feel like he's gonna do something. I really don't know what they will be able to do about this. What he will be able to do about this. I don't know. We'll see. And before we get to this episode, if you guys have my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and please consider supporting my Patreon at patreon.com/filmmini, where you can find the full length of all my reactions there and early access to every anime that I'm currently reacting to. So let's start this episode, and here we go. Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comments in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review. Operation Red Night. At least he cares about her. Laurel. I'm super glad that they did not change this intro. Horizon. What is up with that thing on their faces when the concert ends? The kids are the one giving concerts while they go on the journey, right? So this one's probably better. Aww. I love his English. Wait a second. The Red Knight? Operational Red... Oh, okay. Okay, he's Smithan. And of course, my boys out there cheering them on. Wait, is Nureha on the stage with them? No. Okay. Why did I think it was her? Aww. He does look cool. Wait, I debuted there? Well, since he's a people of the line, he doesn't know about those things. He doesn't. Don't pull yourself down like that all the time. What the heck? What's going on? Huh? What was that? So was that? So there's something wrong with the system? Is that why the? Oh, is that the tracks of the games? There are 40 songs total in the game. Wow, because it's new. So that is sad. That's the thing, though. She doesn't think she's better at. Maybe someone that people can come to for solutions. I don't know. Oh, okay. So that's what he was doing. And those people from Inuri are trying to. Oh, glasses. Nobody did this during the episode. Well, it's not over yet. And Dariela is over there. Did you not see her yet? I wonder what she's thinking about. She trying to write a song? Trying to see where this conversation is going. Oh, he did it! I spoke too soon. Really? Does he need to know all of that? gosh. That's probably not what he's looking for. The kind of info that he's looking for. Huh? Is he captured? Uh, yeah, I wouldn't want to approach those people. She doing something to him? Well, it's suddenly dark. Is that where Dariela said she was from or whatever? Or you? Uh, is this all part of the Operation Red Night? What if the Wyverns like come? They stop at the town. I don't know. Now I feel better. The fact that they showed him, like, Shiro said that he hasn't had contact with him, you know, in a while. And then those wyverns started attacking, and then, you see him on the cliff looking at those wyverns or whatever. So I'm like, that must mean that he's close to where the keys are, isn't it? And if they are, then maybe they can figure out a solution. What the heck is going on, man? Like in the beginning when they were showing us who L'Oreal, and he was wondering when would they have us, and was called out to I forgot his name, and then the guy is like, this particular person said that the Operation Red Night was underway, and that if the princess decided to go on a go wandering around, and it's not their problem, they're not gonna do anything about it or something or other. I don't know. And L'Oreal was upset about that, and then he went off on his own and started looking for her, right? And then you see the kids still traveling and looking at the Odyssey Nights and them interacting with the townspeople. And Toya mentioned the fact that he doesn't like the portable cathedral thing. And then they started down to eat, and they mentioned the fact that they were going to a concert. It seems like Roy too doesn't know anything about concerts, which is she a people of the land? I don't know. Because the adventurers in the game are people in the real world that got stuck in the game. So are you telling me that if she's from the real world, she doesn't know anything about concerts? That seems weird to me. And then they perform their concerts. And then when Rudy was telling Isuzu about how amazing he is and she is, and Isuzu was basically downplaying her talents, talked about her father, how her father went pro for a little bit but it didn't work out, and he became a studio artist or something or other. And then while they were talking, Isuzu mentioned songs, and then Rudy was like 42. I'm like, the image just started tilting between them two, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I believe Rudy said that, so that's how she hears him or something or other. I don't know. But then when Sirara and Minori started talking about the language translator, auto translator things, and that's how they're able to communicate with the people of the land, and foreigners and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, is this, and it's something that the system has. And then while they were talking as well, the image started tilting with them as well. So I'm like, okay, is the system having an error of some kind? And that's why, there was this disconnect with what they were saying. And then when Rudy started asking her, like when he says 7 colors, what does she think about? And she thinks about rainbow. And he's like, yeah, with us, 7 colors is rainbow, and 42 is songs, because that's how many songs that they know in their world, that the gods gave them only 42 songs. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So these are the sort of like basically the title tracks of the game, the amount of different songs that there are in the games. So because he's from the game, those are the only songs that he knows, that anybody knows in that game. The people of the land, they only know about 42 songs. So any other song that she sings is like a new thing for them, which makes them appreciate it even more. And then he started talking about how a lot of young people of the land come to Akiba because when they go there, they feel like they can do anything. They learn new stuff. Like when you're people of the land, you've only known, like you've been assigned a role in the game, so you've only known that role. You only had a certain amount of things that you can do. But with the adventurers being stuck in the game, they bring in all these other new skills and stuff that they know into the game. And when they share that with the people of the game, of the land, it helps them learn new stuff and acquire new skills, which they weren't able to do in the beginning. And then he's like, and that's why I go off sometimes, because he meets up with those people and they talk about those things. And I'm like, when they showed that scene, because I remember clearly that scene when I believe it was during the Valentine's Day episode, and Isuzu was looking for him, right? Because she made this I don't know if it was a cake or whatnot with those flowers or fruits or something, and she wanted Rudy to taste it. And as she was walking around, you see Rudy just like go into an alley somewhere there. So I remember that scene. I'm like, isn't that him? Where is he going? I remember mentioning that. So the fact that they showed us here that it was actually, it was him, and then he was going out to meet with those young people of the land. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, it's when you see things from the point of view of the people of the land, it's really sad. And I feel like hearing that from Rudy made Isuzu realize it made her feel pathetic, because she's been wallowing. She's like, okay, I'm just content with playing these songs and making people, happy with my songs, and that's enough for me. I'm not even trying to become a pro and whatnot. And then you have these people of the land that have been stuck this particular way for such a long time, and now that they have the opportunity to go further, they are really rushing toward that, and she's just there being stagnant. It just made her feel pathetic, and then she started crying and asked Rudy to leave. And then you see her in her room writing. I feel like she was writing new songs, because she's just been singing, I believe she's just been singing songs that she knows, you know, not anything new. And after having this talk with Rudy, he basically propelled her to write new music, I guess. So that was cool. And then all throughout this last two episodes, you see Toya looking at Dariela like with this, like you see sort of like him blush or something. And I'm like, okay, is he infatuated with her? And then when he was walking, he was having his morning walk and he saw her, sitting there by the river. And then he went there and then he was not looking at her, right? And she was asking him why he wasn't looking at her. And then he mentioned the fact that she smiles a lot and that she would look better if she didn't smile. I don't know, that whole conversation was starting to get weird to me for some reason, especially when she started patting him on the head and then the environment sort of like started changing. I'm like, what the heck is going? Is she doing something? I don't know. And then when in my mind when Toya said that you will look better not smiling and whatnot, I feel like he could sense that behind all that smile there's pain. Like she doesn't feel like smiling, but she's smiling all the time. You know how what's his surname? Intakes. She's basically using her as a figurehead, as a princess. She's basically treating her like a figurehead. She doesn't respect her or nothing. And whatnot. I feel like that whole situation it weighs heavily on, on Ureha and her going, like when she left and then she wore her Dariela costume and she started walking around. I feel like those moments are basically her being free to do whatever she wants to do. Because when she's Nureha, she's just playing a role that Intix has assigned to her, basically. But then when she's Dariela, she's able to walk around and, see all kinds of stuff and whatnot. I'm like, I don't know. This is just me trying to make sense of that whole scene. And then the sky started darkening. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then after Shiro mentioned the fact that he can contact Nyanta via telepathy. And then you see Minori and Sirada also not being able to contact. I believe she was trying to contact Toya, maybe. I don't know. Or Rudy. I don't know. But they were also trying to make contact and it wasn't working. And then she remembered when Dariela mentioned the fact that the cathedral was supposed to disrupt adventurous hearts or something. And they're like, okay, so is that what she meant by that? Like, it's the cathedral, the portable cathedral, basically messing with the telepathy, And then you have Plant Huaden or whatever with their Operation Red Knight. They were on this, it was a train, right? I don't know. And they were making their way toward, I believe, Akiba. So maybe that train also has something that's it also has something that's disrupting the telepathy. But since Nyanta seems to be in proximity to where the kids are, then maybe it's just the cathedral that's messing with the telepathy because he's also in that location, it seems like, basically. So maybe it's just that. That's, I think, the telepathy. But then I'm like, those wyverns coming in are probably something that Plant Huaden, like, it's part of Operation Red Knight. Is it part of Operation Red Knight? I don't know. I tend to believe that it was. And then Toya leaves Dariela, right? And then runs into town and they're like, okay, we can't let this town become a battlefield, so let's go. And I'm like, I don't know if that makes any kind of sense. Because if the Wyverns decided to attack the town, it's going to become a battlefield. It's not like, unless the town is not the location, it's not where the Wyverns are going, and they're going further down the road, then okay, you're not attacking them in the town. It's not gonna make the town become a battlefield. Like you going outside there and meeting the Wyverns somewhere down the road over there, okay. But if the Wyverns decided to attack the village, the town there, then you going out, out of town, it's not gonna change that. I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess we'll see where this whole thing is going, because I'm like, yo. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to see my reaction to the next episode early, you can do so by checking out my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingme, and you can also see the full length of this reaction there as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.